Benin's government says it has foiled a coup attempt after a group of soldiers in the West African nation led by Lieutenant Colonel Pascal Tigri announced on national television that they had ousted the president and seized power. The foreign minister refuted those claims, saying the majority of the National Guard and the military remain loyal to President Patrice Talon. A government spokesperson says 14 people have been arrested in connection with that attempt to take control. Let's take a listen now to the Interior Minister.
Fellow countrymen and women, on this Sunday, December the 7th, 2025, in the early morning, a small group of soldiers engaged in mutiny in order to destabilize the state and its institutions. Before this situation, the Benin armed forces and their hierarchy, faithful to their oath, remained republican. They fought back and allowed the situation to remain under control and to fail the maneuver. Thus, the government invites the population to keep acting as usual. Thank you.
For more on what's been happening, I'm joined by our Foreign Affairs editor, Ketevan Gorgistani. Always lovely to have you on set with us. So authorities announced this coup is done. They foiled it. Things are back to normal. So what's the latest on the ground now?
Well, first of all, those arrests that you mentioned, the 14 soldiers who have been arrested, confirmed by the government spokesperson, that included those who were involved in that attempted coup, those men that you see there that went to that state television station to announce that they had taken control and that the president was being removed from office. We don't know if all of them were arrested, but they are part of the 14 at least. So we'll get more information probably later on today or tomorrow. Now, on the ground in the city of Cotonou, the situation just a few hours ago was still a little bit uncertain because there were still reports of some sporadic gunshots around the city in certain areas. And again, a couple of hours ago, there were still some areas of the city that were off limits, blocked off by the military. Those were, of course, strategic areas, the area around the presidential palace, obviously, the area that includes a lot of the seats of international organizations was also off limits, as well as a five-star hotel, the Sofitel, which brings in a lot of foreigners, other important people from around the region. So that one was also blocked. We'll see if that also evolved as the hours go by. But overall, in the rest of the city, as you see there, the traffic was returning to normal. There were reports that people actually went and assisted those Sunday church services normally and then went on home. So everything is slowly getting back to business as usual, if you will. One question now is whether or not we will have another sort of formal, official statement by someone in the government, because there have been no statements since that communication by the Interior Minister. And the question, of course, being where is the president? They say that he's safe and sound, but we don't know exactly where he is right now.
Now, as you mentioned, this attempt seemed to be wrapped up in a space of just a few hours, but there are elections coming up in Benin. So could there be more here than just this failed coup?
Well, look, coups don't usually happen in a complete vacuum, and this is the second coup attempt in Benin. The last one was, again, a foiled attempt where they arrested a couple of people close to actually the president. That was back in September 2024, so just a little bit over a year ago. That means there is some level of discontent, at least in the countries, and those who took place in this attempted coup when they were were explaining why they were doing that on state TV, they said that their power grab was in part justified by, for example, the continuous deterioration of the security situation in the north of the country. They also talk about the neglect of soldiers, about the problems with civil liberties. And this criticism, especially of the security situation in the north, is not limited to those soldiers. It has been a criticism that has been growing from the opposition. The president, Patrice Talon, he's been in power since 2016. He is term limited. And as you said, there are those elections coming up in April. And so the context is, of course, very political. He's term limited, but he has already picked a successor, his current finance minister, and his ruling coalition has banned the main opposition candidate from running against that successor. And they've passed a constitutional change that extends the presidential term from 5 to 7 years. So the situation, the political tension is there. We'll see how the next months evolve.
A lot to keep a watch on. Thank you so much, Ketavan Gorgistani from our International Affairs Desk.